Was I being manipulated this whole time?
There is a bust of Vladimir Lenin behind my head. What the are you saying? What the absolute are you saying? I used to think you were cool, consistent, and friendly. I looked past the house because I figured it makes sense. Then I found out you're a commie. Now I realize you're undeniably a baller, based, and live true to your word. You also have good eyebrows. Thank you. Why is the Tim Pool beanie on stream? I'm wearing this so that people will think that I am Tim Pool, and therefore apolitical, and therefore not radical, therefore not playing a formative role in what is actually ruining the United States of America and perhaps the entire planet, which is the rising tide of fascist mobilization, but instead the much scarier thing, which is communism. Everybody knows that's a significantly scarier thing.
Thing is, there's something kind of scary brewing in America. Communism.
So yeah, I want people to think I'm Tim Pool instead, which is the furthest you can be from communism, because that's significantly scarier than Donald Trump. I want everybody to understand, make no mistake, I'm a serious person who definitely understands things. Very smart, very intelligent, definitely not a hack-ass comedian in air quotes, still doing 2014 memes on the timeline. Well, I'm not on the timeline anymore. I'm actually too scared to be on the timeline, so I just constantly whine about it from behind my Instagram stories, even though I'm a 50-year-old dude with like 3 children, and I spend most of my time online just crying most of it. What is this? What? Bro, I have not seen a single one of his Instagram stories. I didn't know he was posting about me this much. Oh my God. This might genuinely be one of the funniest things I've ever seen from him. How is this not satire? I'm really stupid. Can you educate me a little on Marxism? I don't know what it is for real. Part 3. Oh my God. Every day? Every single day? Anyway, if I was one of those things, then obviously that would be really scary. You know, I'd be really scared of the rising tide of socialism and communism in the United States of America. Ooh, terror. Big terror is what I would say. So that's why I'm looking like Tim Pool today, who surprisingly and completely unrelated to what I was saying. Oh my God, it's 5 a.m. out here, dude. I'm literally oblivious. I'm probably not even making sense right now. What did Tim Pool say recently? Oh, that's interesting. He said, come to the right side. Join the good side, Ethan, he said. Perhaps what I said was completely unrelated. Perhaps it was completely unrelated, or perhaps, I don't know. Maybe it's not. That's not at all what Ethan said. Why are you molding them out? How do I have 12-month subscribers who are this stupid, dude? Actually, all right, I'm done. I'm not going to do this. It's for the weak-hearted. It's for the weak-hearted. It's for the weak-minded. I guess I groomed this 35-year-old adult as well into radical politics and being pro-terrorism. Platform of terrorists, by the way. Dog, I never interviewed. Well, I interviewed one IDF member, but he's a former IDF member who actually was a conscientious objector and actually went to prison for it. But I wouldn't consider him a terrorist. He's actually a great dude. His name is Dr. Ofer Kasov. If you're the type of person who thinks that like politics can only be consumed from the lens of slop tuber drama, cultivated by people who have no political understanding, no political reading whatsoever, no interest, no ideological leanings whatsoever, and are just like dumbasses who are stupid enough to regurgitate Reddit posts that have no research backing them whatsoever, oftentimes coming from a sex pest's very own community, then you are a deeply and pathetically unserious person, and therefore you probably should go and, I don't know, watch the sunset or something. This is not a crash out. They're going to clip this and misrepresent the tiredness and depressed in the content Chernobyl disaster. Yeah, well, good luck to them. It's 5 a.m. out here. As always, I'm live and alive. Let's take a look at this video.
Yes, they are the big dogs. Wow, thank you.
Shout out to Wine About It.
Oh, you like Wine About It?
Yeah, shout out to Comrade Hasan.
Okay, wow.
Damn, dude, another young boy radicalized in his prime. This This boy in China said, Comrade Hasan. Much to consider, folks. Who is this Hasan guy? What kind of scary stuff is he talking about? Really, really scary stuff. Everybody, watch out. Okay? No, I radicalized them into vote blue no matter who, Democratic Party loyalty. That's obviously what it is.
Oh, thank you.
Wait, let me do the question.
Yes, let me know about if there's like fun things.
In China too, yeah. Radicalizing the Chinese youth. Yeah, I personally think that everyone deserves human rights. Okay? Controversial opinion. I personally think everyone deserves dignity. Everyone deserves human rights. Everyone deserves health care. I know sometimes. Okay, listen. Sometimes you really like a apartheid state. Okay? Sometimes you really feel some type of way about an apartheid state. And in defense of said apartheid state, you crash out extensively, so much so that you lose a significant percentage of your own audience because they're all like, what are you saying, dude? There are children being mutilated every day with American tax dollars for 15 months, 16 months. And at the end of that extended crash out, as you've become mentally unwell, you put together the shittiest video of all time. People will be like, oh, dude, what do you mean? You can have political disagreements. You can have political disagreements with your friends. It's fine. It's like, it's crazy. Political disagreements aside, like an extended year-long slow burn crash out. Spectacular. Ta-Nehisi Coates was one of the biggest confirmations for me that you are right. Yeah, I mean, but I have Ta-Nehisi Coates and Bernie Sanders, you know, AOC. And then but Ethan has Caffino. Just watch the video and take some accountability. Don't be a pirate software dude. Dude, it's an hour and 40-minute video. Okay, can I just say something? This is genuinely, this might come across a little ableist, but you literally have an intellectual disability if you think that, like, I am fearful of watching an hour and 40-minute video made by a dude who literally thought Roe v. Wade was the gay one last week. Okay?
I've even heard they want to repeal Roe versus what? Is that the gay one?
No,
that's
Roe versus Wade has been overturned.
Yeah,
you're talking about gay rights?
Yeah, they want to overturn the
Oberfell.
Aubergine.
Like when every single child or someone with an actual child brain, a person who literally was a Yang Ganger, okay? Someone who was in support of Yang Gang, who genuinely does not know anything about politics. Like, what am I supposed to do? Watch every crash out? You think like every single time some slop tuber makes a video, this is actually incredibly important points. The only thing you're demonstrating is your own stupidity. Okay? There are already 100 responses to every accusation. I know. There's like, you could just go, if you truly are invested in the truth. And I'm sure there are some people. There are others who are just going to come in here and be like, well, I'm going to keep it real, man. You're just like avoiding accountability. Yeah, dude, I am pro-Palestine. That's it. I'm pro-Palestine. Okay? If that's news to you, you are the dumbest baby on the planet. All right? I am pro-Palestine. I am anti-genocide. I am someone who is a leftist. Okay? I'm a leftist. I do not think capitalism is the final evolution of mankind. I think we can evolve beyond it. Okay? There are literally Guantanamo Bay internment prison facilities being set up right now. And if your number one thing is your favorite 50-year-old content creator with 3 children and his endeavors for the past 6 months, you are a deeply unserious person. This literally only talks about the genocide now when it's to say there's a genocide going on cynically. Teenager who's only known genocide his entire life. In the middle of talking about genocide in Gaza. My argument sucks? You think it justifies genocide? What are you, stupid? Everything that can be tangentially turned into like Jewish people are under attack is a decent way to just like drive discourse away from open genocide in Gaza. If your sole focus when Israel is doing a complete genocide in Gaza, if your sole focus revolves around that people are saying you're a Zionist, yeah, go yell at streamers for not covering sufficiently the ongoing active genocide in Gaza instead of coming in here and chirping at me. And his entire baby-brained moronic fan base also reiterate that point over and over again while they think they're making a brilliant point because they misunderstood my initial assessment of the matter, which is that when I'm watching children get mutilated every goddamn day, I think it's a pathetically selfish way to approach that conversation from the personal feelings of a rich 100 millionaire sitting in a Bel Air mansion talking about his own goddamn feelings. Okay? That's it. I still wish Ethan well, okay? I do. But god damn, how selfish, how delusional, how stupid to just like think that anyone outside of your marginal cult that you have whittled away over and over again is going to look at the situation and go, yeah, you know what, dude, you are actually right. You've totally convinced me that baby murder, unlimited baby murder is all right now, actually. That like people who call that sort of behavior out are all seemingly radical Islamist extremist terrorists who I will assume are being funded by Qatar.
That was good. How much we get for that? Yo, you got 10 million from Qatar for that? That's what I'm talking.
He thinks I'm paid? What? Yeah, I wish. 10 million? Shit, man. I'd take 10 million for that.
Or Iran or Saudi Arabia or whatever other Arab nation, because I don't have any understanding of geopolitics anyway. And they're all the same to me. Okay? Go spend time with your kids, man. Holy shit. You look crazy. You look like you're literally losing your mind. And virtually everyone can see it. Do you not have any friends? Listen to your producers. I'm sure they have pulled you aside on the background and been like, hey, Ethan, can you stop doing this? It's very uncomfortable every time the camera pans to them.
Hit me with that game show. Today, my friends, we are going to play the exciting game here. You at home, play along. We're going to play, is it Twitch or is it a terrorist? Let's take a look here, guys. Start.
I don't know who made this, but yeah, I'm not a fan of the Hasan and Osama on the front page. They need
at least if they're going to compare them, I mean, I'll guess.
There's a reason for it, okay? Because everyone around you thinks you're crazy, okay? God, it took this long for me to finally be like, dude, please, you're never going to get better unless you take accountability, okay? Jesus Christ, go to therapy or something. That must have felt cathartic. I mean, it doesn't feel cathartic at all, because then as the classic like cry bully behavior gets reiterated over and over again, they will go, see, he cares about this. He cares about this so much. And it's like, it doesn't bother me, man. It doesn't. You're not new to this game. Okay? It's just deeply embarrassing and everyone can see it. Okay? Straight up. You went from writing a Keemstar drama nuke to being hyped up by Keemstar. Like, how stupid and malleable are you as a goddamn adult that you can be manipulated by other slop tubers? Okay? It's kind of shocking. Yeah. You know, I didn't watch Ethan's video, but wow, he changed my mind with his year-long crash out. Brother, you keep agreeing with chatters who say you're giving drama clippers a reaction and saying you're right and then continuing to cover it. Yeah, I know. Because I'm a human, man. I'm a human being, okay? I'm a being. God damn it. There's only so much I can take. What are we doing here? There's only so much I can take, god damn it. What the hell? This guy literally had a disagreement with me over Israel. Ended the podcast. I was so gracious to him. Far more gracious than he goddamn deserves. Like, literally ends the podcast because he can't cut it. Like, he's like, I don't want to talk about politics anymore because people are hurting my feelings when I talk about Israel, and because it kind of comes across like I'm defending Israel. Okay. And then everybody goes, oh, you're defending Israel. It's like his whole shtick for the past year has been saying liberal Zionist talking points and then getting mad at everyone when they go, "Are you a Zionist?" And he's like, "Whoa, this is anti-Semitism." It's like, shut up, dude. What kind of moronic attitude is this? Just don't talk about politics. Just go back to talking about like gooning or Justin Baldoni or whatever new thing is happening online. You know what the most annoying part is? For a year, I was like, oh man, I don't want to like hear about this stuff. I'm sure Ethan means well, blah, blah, blah. And everyone was in my constantly yelling and being like, no, he did this, he did that. And I was like, who cares? He's just like, you know, he's just doing whatever. He's just doing whatever. He's just doing whatever. And everyone was like, no, dude, listen, he made fun of Aaron Bushnell, you know, like, you don't understand. He's like doing all this propaganda, whatever. And in that entire time frame, I was like so charitable. And I was just like, hey, I've heard the things that he said one time in 2021 about how he's like pro-Palestinian, like that's important, whatever. And he did this to himself. Like that's what's so crazy about this narcissism. Like these dumbasses will be like, Hasan, you don't have any accountability for what? You want me to say I'm sorry for being like pro-terrorism or whatever kind of Islamophobic nonsense that you've cultivated over the course of the past 15 months? From a sex cults community? God damn. Oh, we have a bingo card for Hasan's reactions. Like I saw that too. And it's like, you just have no interest in anything real. Okay. You have no interest in anything real. You will fall victim to the whims of right-wing politics. Okay. If Ethan fully flipped the script and became like a right-winger, then you would also do that because you are a stupid person. Anyway, I hope, and I mean this with genuine sincerity, in all sincerity, I hope this was like, I hope he got it out of his system. You know, I hope he got it out of his system. And instead of like clip chimping everything that I'm saying right now and then posting it on his stupid ass, silly little drama show, okay? If Ethan wants to talk to me, he can talk to me, okay? He doesn't have to constantly cry as a 50-year-old adult with 3 children from behind an Instagram story, okay? You can talk to me in person, big dog. You got my phone number. We can have a conversation on your stream. We can have a conversation on my stream. Last time, I had the baby gloves on, and you cried like a after doing Teddy Fresh ads in the midst of our genocide coverage. Play in your position if you want.
I'll wait. I'll take over. Guys, everybody watching, go to teddyfresh.com. Black Sale Friday. Black Friday sale is live now, you guys. Up to 60% off.
Okay, that's right. And I'm not talking about the Leftovers episode where he actually cried. That was a beautiful moment. And I was actually very wrong for thinking that actually meant something. It turned out it didn't mean for you at all. Okay? Constantly pointing the finger at other people. Oh my God. It can't be me. It can't be the broad reception of my worldview. It cannot be the way that people understand where I'm coming from. Okay? The way people have heard the same talking points over and over again from people who are genuinely deeply pro-Israel. Maybe that was the reason why people were saying that. No, it must be because of anti-Semitism. And it's like, it's not as though anti-Semitism isn't increasing. It is, okay? And it's something that I understand. It's something that many of these people that Ethan has falsely smeared as anti-Semitic understand. So especially at a time when there's motherfuckers like Nick Fuentes, Jake Shields, or numerous other like actually anti-Semitic monsters out there who are running rampant, hyper focusing on people who are anti-Zionist and expressly and openly not anti-Semitic is certainly a choice. But Ethan Klein apologizes for platforming Hasan Piker. Is a very funny take. Yeah, I'll debate you anytime, anywhere. All right, Ethan, if you want. All right, Ethan, the assumption that I'm afraid of you is so idiotic, okay? Tell your goddamn, be honest with your fan base, okay? I'll talk to you anytime, any place. Don't. I'm done. I'm done with this nonsense. Like these morons literally think I'm afraid of a dude who does not know anything about politics and basically just rehashed Willie Mac show and Destiny clips, dude. Like these guys just literally go to Reddit. That's it. And they just repeat Reddit talking points over and over and over again. Yeah, I saw Roman also popped off. Because, dude, if you are even remotely interested in politics, you're going to look at this and go, what the fuck are you saying? Incredible video to drop in the current political climate. Fascist takeover happening in the U.S. and tons of other places. And he drops a 2-hour video on the biggest threat to America is Hasan and communism. Lol. LMFAO even. I fully expect Ethan Klein to become an anti-woke grifter within the next 5 years. So H3 Issues video on Hasan is dead ass just Red Scare and McCarthyism. I actually haven't even seen anything more pathetic in my life. Bro's trying to pander the last remnants of his right-wing fan base by going after lefty boogeyman streamer right after Trump win as well. And he's doing it all so that people forget his controversial Israel takes. Incredible. That's what's so crazy, by the way, which is that like there are a million different ways to try and hit me on like drama related shit. Why the would you try to do politics, man? You're so stupid. How narcissistic of you. How unimaginably narcissistic of you to think that you can like write this brilliant, political work. Like, stick to your lane, dude. What is wrong with you? You look like a clown to adults, okay? Maybe not the cultish fans that have stayed behind.
A lot of people are messaging me saying, Roman, how can you side with Hasan when, he has had terrible Ukraine takes? And I actually agree. I don't watch Hasan for his Ukraine takes. In fact, I don't watch him at all. But I do think he's a good force in today's world. You know what I mean? Like, once again, people are getting deported, Ethan, and you drop in a 2-hour video on Hasan Piker saying that Hasan and communism is actually what's destroying America today, Like, please. If you're choosing between Hasan Piker, who, once again, talks about real issues and is like, in my opinion, once again, a good force in this world currently, from my point of view, from where I stand, you know what I mean? Who actually talks about real issues, that minorities face and so on. Ethan Klein, though, he just talks about like,
you know what? You want to know what's crazy about this? Like, these guys, and this is what's so frustrating to me about like Ethan, I can't believe is a part of this group now. But there are a lot of people online, like, what is his name? Like Turkey Tom or something. Like, that's one of those guys. Like, all these dudes that have been, actually leaving Destiny's orbit now after suckling on his teat for maybe the past 3 years, right? Willie Mac Show, all these flop tubers, right? Just names that I never wanted to learn. They have no interest in politics whatsoever. And to them, it's just another way to extend the algorithmic boost that they can get. That's what's so annoying about it, okay? That's what's so goddamn annoying about this process is just like for them, it's just all drama, okay? It's all drama. Ukraine, drama. Palestine, drama.
Celebrity drama or whatever. Like, off, please. What it all comes down to is that I just don't believe that Ethan Klein, cares about any of these issues.
Yes, that's what's so annoying about it. He doesn't. He does not. He does not. That is what's so unimaginably annoying about this entire process. He doesn't give a single shred of a about any of these issues. Okay? And it is literally ego. It's not even like a significant political disagreement, by the way. It's more so ego. Okay? That's what's so frustrating. And that's what really makes me mad about all of the people that hyper focus on this shit. Okay? It's just ego. It is a man who feels scorned. It is a man who bravely took the step online and became a more progressive person. That is the journey here, okay? A person who had some reactionary takes, a person who openly said the N-word a million times over and numerous other slurs, saying, you know what, this is the old me, this is not the real me, okay? I am going to become a better person. That is a person I will always admire, okay? It doesn't matter if his name is Ethan Klein, doesn't matter who that person is. I will always admire someone who has the dignity and the courage to openly say, I was wrong for doing this stuff. This is not who I am. Okay? Just understand. iDubbbz being a example of this, right? And it's basically this. The entire quote unquote content nuke is
You're
this.
also kind of borderline teetering on what would most people say is socialism, my guy. Like,
wait, what? Let me tell you something about myself then. Yeah, I don't give a shit. I don't think that the capitalist organization of the economy is adequate. We don't need to have that conversation. But yes.
There's no way you believe in that. Hey, listen, I'm one of the biggest pocket watchers ever known to man. Like, I've already summed you up in what you make. And I sum up rappers, I sum up entertainers. Look at my guy Kai. I just did a whole little rap sheet of his thing.
Socialism is not a poverty cult. You don't have to be poor to be socialist, even though you can still advocate for those who are less fortunate than you.
You're also kind of borderline teetering on.
There you go. And what is this?
I had a terrifying vision.
Not what that means.
Had I been duped? Was Hasan...
Me, a 40-year-old child, was duped by Hamas Piker. That's Hasan groomed me, and I was a neurodivergent minor at the ripe age of 40.
It's kind of funny to have it come out the same day as the JCP tour. Yeah, these people are also so narcissistic. They, like, people that do slop shit, okay? People that do slop shit are so goddamn narcissistic that they will unironically say stuff like, oh, well, he did that because of me or something. It's like, no, man, I set this up weeks ago. All right. Yeah. Bro, he said you hid your views the week you've been promoting, talking to the JCP. Someone, like, dude, look at my first interview, okay? Look at the first interview that I did with Ethan Klein, okay? Before I ever did the Leftovers podcast, we had an interview. Okay, please understand something. This is from many, many years ago. Okay, this is me. This is, I guess, a piece from his. I guess this is a piece from his video. Okay, my hiding being a communist. Okay, I had a show on the Young Turks called Agitative Propaganda. Even in these clips, there is a USSR Ushanka behind my head. Okay.
Was I being manipulated this whole time?
There is a bust. There is a what is it called? A Matryoshka doll of Vladimir Ilyich Lenin. That's Che Guevara. That is another USSR Ushanka behind my head. Okay? What the are you saying? What the absolute are you saying? Either you are being disingenuous and acting like there was something sinister afoot, okay, and that there is something that is sinister about being a socialist anyway, which is a ridiculous position, by the way. I think, like, there's nothing sinister about being socialist, all right? Ironically enough, the other person whose doll is behind my head, who has this artistic work behind me depicting him as a punk rock guy, also calls himself a socialist. Just, you know, the person that I interviewed a couple weeks ago before I left for Japan. The question that is on everyone's minds is, like, there's two things here. There's two outcomes of this. Either you are the dumbest person on the planet and just, like, whenever I described my political worldview, it just, like, went in from one ear and out the other. No bus stop in there, okay? No pit stops in there whatsoever. It was just like information coming in and out, okay? Nothing in there. Just an empty hallway, all right? You just did not retain anything that I told you, and you were like, I thought you were like a, you know, kind of progressive, vote blue no matter who type Democrat. What is going on? And if that's the case, then you have no business doing political commentary, okay? Because what are you saying? Like, what do you mean? Then you're just, like, ill-equipped to have this conversation. You've openly demonstrated that. I consider myself a liberal, but in the American political lexicon, I guess, like, I'm super liberal. That's what Americans think liberalism is. Like, the more left you are, the more liberal you are, even though there is a genuine distinction between the leftist and the liberal. But yeah, I'm progressive, I guess. That's the catch-all term.
I like progressive. Yeah. Who wouldn't want to be progressive? It's in the name. We're progressing.
Yeah. Well, that's why, like, early stage classical liberals who, like, wanted to rebrand, like Dave Rubin, for example, who now are very openly on the right and, like, everyone knows it. They originally tried to say, like, they're the real progressives, and that the people who brand themselves as progressives, people like myself, they were actually regressive.
George Soros and Google. He wears jackets that say bash fascist.
I'm sorry, I gotta stop again. What is wrong with hating fascists? I just don't understand that point. I mean, aren't we supposed to hate fascists?
Has a club in his hand.
We're supposed to hate fascists as Americans.
Yeah, I know. I don't get it. And then they'll say like Antifa is the real
This is not in his Content Nuke chatters. This is just our first ever on-camera conversation, okay? The reason why I suspect someone spliced these two things together is because they wanted to show how fraudulent and how idiotic this is, okay? For Ethan to be like, I was duped. I was groomed into believing radical politics by this big, scary man. When even before we had a podcast together, I never sheltered him from my true opinion. I even say it there. I'm like, I wouldn't consider myself a liberal, but in American politics, because people's false understanding of liberalism, they would say I'm a super liberal. Okay? So what's really interesting about this entire process, despite the fact that I have a literal like Lenin bust behind me, a Che Guevara bust, and a USSR Ushanka behind me, okay? And also prominently display other famous leftist political figures, revolutionary political figures, and also Bernie Sanders, who is himself a socialist, okay? And go through the minutia and the process of explaining to him over and over again what my political worldview looks like. He just, I guess, either A, forgot what that conversation looked like and how that took place, or B, a second thing, and is cynically trying to present it as though I was secretly hiding the truth. Okay? I was secretly hiding the truth.
real fascists. Okay, then still bashing the fascists in that circumstance is still good, no? Like, I don't get it.
I thought fascism was like the antithesis of everything America stood for.
Yeah.
But apparently it's supposed to be. Okay, I'll try not to pause, but there's just
It is
Kirk, they tasted the blood of 1.5 million Christian Armenians, and they'll taste man flesh again. What the if they have their way.
I think he said he thought you were a dem sock like him. First of all, he's not a democratic socialist. Ethan is barely a social democrat. Okay, what are you talking about? There's a distinction between democratic socialism and social democracy. Social democracy is pro-capitalist. I often will openly state that in a place like the United States of America, it is a reactionary shithole where there's no class consciousness whatsoever, that where, you know, social democrats are seen as radicals in this country, okay? And they're still in line with improving the material conditions of the working class in the United States of America, okay? You told Ethan multiple times that you wish you hid being a socialist. That's the other problem. That's the other issue. I've told him before, but that's not my problem. I'm sorry, man. If you don't understand the difference between a democratic socialist and a social democrat, how the f is that my fault, dude? I've explained it before. Like, what are we doing here? How, dude, I'm sorry. In the year 2025, we're not doing that. Okay? In the year 2025, we're not gonna let other people's misunderstandings become everybody else's problem, because that's ridiculous. I just jumped in, but didn't this all start because of Gaza? Seems like there were no problems. Yes. No, literally, that's it. People were ruthless to Ethan, okay? It's true. They were. It's true. There were a shit ton of people that were saying some unhinged shit, all right? They were for a year. And there's also a real threat of rising anti-Semitism that's happening in that same time frame, okay? But the problem is, like, while that was going to happen, because there's always a rise in anti-Semitism whenever Israel goes around and says they're killing children for Judaism falsely, right? Turning around and claiming that I'm the reason why all of these people were actively radicalized in the direction of anti-Semitism, mind you. When I spend so much time combating anti-Semitism, so much time, educating people on dog whistles, talking about historic fascism, talking about anti-Semitism as the canary in the coal mine of fascism. Like that's what's so insane about it. It's like, especially coming from a person who knows me, you know what I mean? It's ridiculous. He featured a Sneeko fan, anti-Semite stalking E and blamed it on you.
Wasn't she in the IDF?
Yeah.
Oh, damn, that's crazy.
Mandatory service.
That's
She's born
sad.
there.
That's terrorism, bro.
She was born there.
That's sad. I feel bad for you guys. Ethan Klein, bro, you're ugly as bro. You're ugly. You look like a. Can I give you a hug, bro?
I'm so sweaty, bro.
I love you, bro.
I'm so sweaty.
I love you, bro. I have to interview you. You're my hero, bro. I love you, bro. You're the coolest guy in the world, bro. Hold on, I think I look gay in that one. Hold on.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Hold on, I think I look gay in that one. Hold on.
Okay.
It's a funny thing about me.
Yeah, that weirdo clout shark, dating coach, cryptocurrency guy that was annoying us at the goddamn Palestinian encampment at UCLA. Okay? I spent most of my time avoiding that dude when he tried to be on camera, when he found out how many people were watching.
Literally live right now?
Yeah. Yes.
How many viewers?
A couple. A few.
Few?
Yeah.
Like what, 30?
Probably more than 30.
Really?
Yeah, I would say more than 30. Yeah.
Dude, guys, my YouTube channel is @dating&money. Please subscribe. @dating&money. I talk about Palestine
Dating
on
and
there.
money.
Yeah.
Dating and money.
I talk about Palestine on there.
Ethan, on the other hand, I think had him on his stream. Why? Possibly to make a mockery of like the Palestinian cause by presenting some random douchebag as like the formative pro-Palestinian voice. Remember when that rando came up to us at the UCLA encampment and we avoided him the entire time? Noticeably uncomfortable that he was just like occupying space over and over again. What is this? Here's irrefutable proof that Ethan Klein is directly coordinating his messaging against Hassan with Destiny, accused sex criminal in his community. Yeah, I mean, he does. Of course he does. Look at this, dude. Destiny's like, thank God Ethan is like stupid enough to be hyper focused and hyper fixated on Hasan when virtually everyone, Ethan included, would normally be talking about how Destiny is sharing sex tapes unconsensually with random girls online that he wants to okay? He's like, oh, thank God. There it is. Now, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I mean, yeah, he's getting it from Sex Pest in his community. Okay, here's a section of leftovers.
It doesn't have to be. Moving America to a purely socialistic society. Instead of, my thing is...
What is this? Why is H3H3 Productions using clearly doctored images? Vote for your favorite 2024 streamer, Rising Stars. I voted Forsen. Rising Star Award, 1227. This award goes to a streamer who had 1,000 viewers. Oh, this was they put Frogan on there as a meme because they're freaks. She was not nominated last year. Yeah, but now they got what they want. Instead of focusing on Epstein, you're succumbing to Ethan. Don't worry, I got that content nuke right here. Shouts out to Ryan Beard. Okay, I didn't even finish this Roman clip.
Ukraine or China, Xinjiang, the Uyghurs or whatever. He's just using these, clips of Hasan saying disagreeable to essentially be like, look at this, communist, leftist, very bad.
You know what's really funny about it as well, specifically as it pertains to like Xinjiang or even Ukraine, okay? These are nuanced geopolitical subjects, okay? These are nuanced conversations about American foreign policy or American foreign adversaries engaging in ruthless politics, right? And I very openly criticize these things. I very openly criticize them. But you clip it, okay? Well, you can clip it in a way to be like, no, he loves it. He loves the shit. He hates the Uyghurs, okay? He hates the Uyghurs. Apparently, he was also talking about how like there is no Associated Press article, the one I was talking about. The Associated Press quietly wrote an article that didn't get a lot of coverage in mainstream media about how like, okay, well, all the concentration camps have been closed now. Like all the re-education camps are closed now in Xinjiang, and it's like very different vibes in Xinjiang, and now it's the tourism hour.
Let's see what the Associated Press actually had to say about this. These are all AP articles from the last 2 years.
UK independent body reports China committed genocide in Xinjiang. China sanctioned a U.S. research firm and 2 individuals over a report about the human rights violations in Xinjiang.
It's the tourism hour. He was like, there's no Associated Press article about the re-education camps that definitely existed in Xinjiang were shut down. And it's like, dude, like that's literally bare minimum. Okay, that is bare minimum research. Like, look at this. Terror and tourism. Xinjiang eases its grip, but fear remains. This is bare minimum research, dude. You couldn't just Google it. You couldn't just Google it. You just went, you turned around and you said, oh my God. Why so scared? Do I look scared? What are you talking about? You won't watch the video? Brother, instead of demanding I watch the video, demand Ethan talk to me in person. Okay? Because if you think I'm fearful of Ethan Klein and his political prowess, I'm here to tell you I'm not, okay? Go tell Ethan to have a conversation with me, okay? Don't you think it's better to have a conversation directly? I thought you guys loved debate. What's happening? Are you admitting to flipping shit out of context specifically to smear? What? You think this is a own? Yeah. Linus Tech
I'm already
Tips.
kind of regretting the poop storm that is going to envelop the...
Yeah, I don't know if Hasan, I don't know what Hasan's political leanings are. Oh, wait, here's a Linus Tech Tips video from 2021. Hasan groomed me. He scared me with his radical politics. I found the first time that fan came onto your stream. Oh, here it is. Yeah, there it is. He had no idea what was going on. He just wanted to shout out his channel. He later on asked you twice for an interview, but you say no. He keeps asking if you're a communist. Clearly not an actual fan. If the most clips are out of context, couldn't watching it add the context? Dude wants me to watch the video more than he wants me to debate Ethan. I don't understand.
Why? Pothead or Potman. Is that it? Hey.
I could be on. Are you guys doing interviews? I'm Palestinian. I know I look Jewish. I'm Palestinian.
Oh, no, we're just streaming.
Israeli. I look like Israeli.
We're just the guy. Normally the answer would be yes, but he's busy right now.
What are you guys doing? What kind of content?
We're just streaming. Just live streaming.
Oh, live streaming?
Yeah.
Dude. Twitter, bro. You guys on Twitter?
Yeah.
That shit, like, you get viral there sometimes or no?
Sure.
I'm just kidding, bro. I'm just like,
Yeah,
I'm a content creator too, bro.
Sure.
I do content.
Yeah, my big fan, dude.
I want to make content, but I don't know, like, you know? I don't know what to do.
Yeah, doesn't seem like this guy's a big knobby head, even though he was presented as such, weirdly enough. Okay. Hasan duping an elderly 40-year-old. Yeah, I mean, the funniest part about a lot of this is that, like, you can just straight up watch any number of different conversations that me and Ethan have had in this time frame and recognize that and recognize that there is my brain is so fried. A list of his lies if you want. A list of lies made by Ethan Klein. Ethan claims communism is on the rise. From Elon Nazi saluting at Trump's inauguration to the AfD in Germany, communism is clearly not on the rise. Hasan never introduced himself as a social democrat. Hasan talked about education programs, not re-education camps. Hasan never runs full defense of China, especially regarding their treatment of the Uyghurs. Ethan shares an edited clip that cuts out where Hasan explains that he cannot control his chat from calling Ethan a racist for saying racist things. Yeah, that's another one of these annoying little parts about this back and forth and this drama, which is that, like, the conversation I had with Ethan ended with me saying, Ethan, there's only so much I can do to control the narrative in your favor if you keep saying things that people are going to, people are going to interpret as you being pro-Israel. And it's not because you're Jewish. And even though, to be fair, I'm sure there are plenty of people who are like, oh, he's Jewish, and they suspect you of being pro-Israel and are deeply anti-Semitic, right? Having said that, there are plenty of people in your fan base who aren't anti-Semitic who also absolutely made up their own minds after listening to the way you talk about Gaza. He cuts out continuously, there's only so much I can do, and leaves out that if you continue to say things like this, people are going to think you believe them and get mad at you. Yeah. Shows a random clip of someone being anti-Semitic, claims Hasan does not care about Israelis because of his lack of reaction. Hasan never justifies sexual violence. He routinely says that sexual violence likely occurred during October 7th and regularly cites the UN investigation that had one credible documented instance of sexual violence. He says that the sexual violence that may have happened on October 7th is not a justification for genocide. There is, however, evidence. There is, however, real evidence as far as like firsthand accounts and testimony, even secondhand accounts and testimony from hostages. So that part is real. That did happen, which is very important, and that was a part of the UN investigation that was conducted. Let me explain something. Assaults are a routine part of atrocities during war. It can happen, and it has happened time and time again, which is why there is a likelihood that it could have happened on October 7th. This is a position that I've maintained since October 7th. There were plenty of atrocities that occurred on October 7th, okay, that are akin to acts of terror. Hasan never said that Israel should let Hamas enter Israel unrestrained. Dude, it's, for the record, easiest like 500,000 view video of your life if you just like look at all of the clips that Ethan used and go on Twitch, go to the VOD, and extend the clip by like 30 seconds and just be like, this is the full context. Here he is responding to a chatter. Actually, this is not his opinion. This is clearly something that he's responding to that he's reading in chat. Okay? Or this video was clipped to make it seem like, Hasan is advocating for this position when it's actually the exact opposite position he's advocating for. It's like a lot of these guys. My buddy wanted to watch this dumbass video to snark, knowing damn well Ethan is a liar. Like, these people just want drama. That's not, that's it. Genuinely, no, people watch this nuke. I know. The only part about this that's like frustrating though, is that there are well-intentioned people that are duped in this process. There are well-intentioned people that will get duped in this process. People who are just like kind-hearted liberals who are probably open-minded to the way I see the world, and if given the opportunity, would recognize that the things that I advocate for, they also agree to, right? They'll see this video and go, oh, this guy's a dangerous, like, terrorist lover who loves terrorism. He wants to do terrorism. For example, the fan clip, literally 1 second later, he asks you for an interview and you walk away because the vibes are off. Yeah, it's just like really silly stuff like this.
There's only so much I can do in terms of like stopping the flow of criticism coming your way when you present yourself a certain way to the broader audience and you don't actually show the audience like what the full.
If you just want to have a debate or combo, then why did you ignore his messages? Basement dwelling gremlin. Wait, what? Dude, what are you saying, brother? What are you saying, big dog? The last message I sent to him, he did not respond to. Okay? He chose to just like publicly spiral out of control in a way that like virtually everyone, with the exception of the bottom-feeding drama lovers, the bottom-feeding drama perverts can recognize. Actually, you probably recognize it too. You just want to extend the crash out because you don't actually care about Ethan and his well-being either. Okay? That isn't what Ethan said. Can you please prove that? He did. He admitted it. Okay? Disprove Ethan's malicious lie? He did. He openly admitted that when I texted him about talking to Sam Cedar, he said that it was actually anti-Semitic of me to suggest that.
There is not a single dissenting voice with his fucking straight up radical, anti-American, anti-Semitic.
Oh, you want some of this? You want some of this? Okay. Let me give it to you.
Pro-China, pro-Russia, pro-terrorism takes. This is fringe, psychotic. That is not normal. And it is the only acceptable voice on Twitch. Explain that to me. How is there not one dissenting voice on that entire platform?
Mushroom. Oh, mushroom.
Nobody. There's
the notion that like I have no political opposition on Twitch is a funny one. Okay. Since Asmongold is currently the largest political content creator on this platform, and he disagrees with me vehemently on political issues. Isn't that the world that you wanted, Ethan? After all, since you constantly cried about me being anti-Semitic and trying to get me banned before the election, I actually was blacklisted on Twitch. Okay? I was. Famously, on election night, when I had 314,000 people on my broadcast watching in real time, I was actually blacklisted. So people had to directly click on my link or click on my my Twitch page to find me. I was not being shown to people that were just going on the platform for the first time on election night. You know who else? You know who was, though? Asmongold. That's right. Asmongold was being served to every single new Twitch viewer that was coming on the platform as the premier political broadcaster. And since then, he has grown tremendously, and it's great for him. He was on the front page on election night. He was on the front page on election night, just like you wanted, Ethan. You said you wanted political opposition to me. Well, there was political opposition to me on election night, and every day since then, as a matter of fact. So much so that Asmongold is a more popular content creator than me in general. He's always been. And now he is the largest political content creator on the platform.
And, he's just keeping the status quo alive and, making sure that we send 10 more billion to Israel. Just got to be quiet about your support for it. I don't know, guys.
Ethan Klein's Content Nuke about Hasan, and it is nearly 2 hours of McCarthyist drivel spewed by a man with seemingly an increasingly loose grip on reality of...
Yeah, the funniest part about this is that, like, even though this is obviously awfully sourced slop, okay, which basically rehashes the same fake drama that Redditors have mostly clipped out of context. Very dedicated Reddit community comprised of a sex pestiny cult leader who has his own personal bone to pick with me. Okay, just watch the video instead of people reacting to it. I am not going to watch the video. I will, however, talk to Ethan directly if he wants my attention that bad. I know that you want me to watch the video. I know that he really wants me to watch the video, but I'll just debate him. If he wants to have this conversation, we can have it. Oh, and he said nobody knows where these guys are. Oh, yeah, they recently released the crew of the seized cargo ship Galaxy Leader after the ceasefire was implemented. So the idea that nobody knows where these guys are is also silly. Once again, this is just such bad, like, it's slop. This is what slop is, okay? When you don't actually do your due diligence, when you don't do your due diligence, and you literally just, like, stamp all of this nonsense that you found on subreddits that are obviously geared in a very specific direction, and you just don't even Google something. Like, this isn't meticulous research, dude. Okay? This is not meticulous research. It's not. He did say it directly, actually. In the video, he directly complains about Epstein being banned off Twitch and defends Dan Saltman.
Clip of the streamer Destiny. He was permanently banned for what he said here.
That community is never worth engaging with. There's just no point in doing it. Like, it's too, the risk of me, like, ending up getting, like, permabanned and my life destroyed because of these, like, inbred disgusting losers is, like, it's just not worth it. It's just totally not worth it.
Yeah, which is also wild. You know, I'll say this much, okay? As far as, like, the drama tubers in the Keemstar orbit, one thing that they always thought was a sacred cow that they never touched was people's bags, right? Like, going after people's advertisers. I guess all of that, you know, fell apart when Dan Saltman and Epstein very clearly and deliberately created a Discord brigade server with the express purpose of going after every single advertiser that would, that advertised on Twitch to create what they called the adpocalypse.
Here's some emails, an example template. It's preferred if you deviate from it as much as possible. Subject, urgent concern regarding upcoming appearance with Hasan Piker, and then a whole bunch of emails. Dear CNN, I'm writing to bring an urgent concern to your attention regarding an upcoming appearance scheduled with Hasan Piker. It has come to my attention that Hasan Piker is known for promoting anti-Semitic views and expressing support for terrorism-related activities. Oh, bro, please get a job, brother. Get a job, dog. And Ethan totally add fuel to the flame. What happened?
First, to stop Hasan infiltrating mainstream media. Hasan has been welcomed by many mainstream outlets. They view him as a friendly social democrat, as someone who's just trying to spread progressive politics online to an important demographic. But we know that's not true. He is not their friend or their ally. If you ever see Hasan rubbing shoulders with anyone from mainstream media, let them know politely, with all the civility in the world, what kind of person he is when he thinks mainstream media isn't watching. Help them understand that his name should be associated with people like Nick Fuentes and Alex Jones, other fringe, radical, political commentators.
What happened to all of these people that used to do call-outs on things like that? I thought YouTubers, even on the drama side, given their own personal interest in maintaining like some kind of parity here, all right, and create like a protective barrier for themselves, had this consistently held principle that you don't constantly push for people's advertisers to get taken away, which I don't have any, which is why they didn't even go after my advertisers. They just went after Twitch, right? And they lied about it. They lied about so many things, saying that Twitch is anti-Semitic. Here it is. Twitch never banned Israel. 95,000 new accounts were created, and Bloomberg News exposed Dan and Destiny for lying, but they covered it up and they deceived Ethan Klein. Here is r/YouTube drama. It's so crazy because there's like an entire Bloomberg article dedicated to this, which again, Ethan could read.
She should lose her job and either be suspended for a year or never be hired again. I just saw something.
Okay.
I understand what happened here.
The emails accused Twitch of suspending all Israeli accounts for a year. A claim the company debunked.
Yeah, go back. Do you see what she did?
Well, like that would be
an egregious. That's like journalistic malpractice. That's a fabricated quote.
I don't understand how this happens though. Like how does someone keep their job after doing this type of? Because like the thing is, I sent this to the editor and I said this was incorrect and that I've never said this.
Okay. You're sure that your emails don't have the?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes. You can go to the site and click the button. It's been the same. Why would I ever say that they suspended Israeli users? I know that's not true. No one would ever say that. I've never said this, and they're saying that I have said this. I did. I sent an email to the editor, and I said I demanded a retraction or a correction on it. If they don't...
Does he live in your head rent-free? Who? Your mom?
I will sue him.
Oh, no, wait, hold on. Forget it. Delete this part of the VOD.
Okay.
Your dumb email does say that.
No way.
Even more troubling, Twitch previously...
Delete this part of the VOD. Your email does say that. They sent like 100,000 mass botted emails to like virtually every platform that would listen with an abject lie. Okay? They want you to react to the video so you can spend 5 hours on the back foot explaining how we clipped you out of context as opposed to you dealing with the claims face to face. Exactly. No, that's why they're like, why don't you watch the video? Why don't you watch the video? I'm like, bro, I'm the subject matter of the video. He's the one who made the video. We literally used to have a podcast together. I'm sure if the fan base thinks that I am terrified of Ethan and his political prowess, they would be excited at the prospect of Ethan Klein destroying me. Okay?
Suspended all Israeli accounts for a year without public acknowledgement or explanation.
All right, well, never mind then. All right, we'll just trim that part out of the VOD. Well, there it is. Even more troubling, Twitch previously suspended all Israeli accounts for a year.
Yeah, let's just clip this part out of the VOD, please. Let's just delete this part out of the VOD. Bro, you sent like 100,000 emails, dude. What are you talking about? Bro, you could deceive Ethan Klein by covering your eyes and saying you disappeared. Ethan spent so much time being a baby, he lost his concept of object permanence. By the way, do people notice when these people beat Ethan, Destiny, the Stan character, talk about the ban, they never mention Palestine, which has the same restrictions? It goes to show how much people in the West dehumanize those people and don't even recognize their existence. Can you clearly state, do you support Hamas or not? That's all I care about. I'm a lesser evil voter, chat.
The property and migrate to the only place in the world that would accept them, which was...
That is literally so far from reality. What are you talking about? The only place in the world that would accept them. You talking about America, bro? You talking about Canada? What are you talking about? The only place in the world that would accept them. How can you even say those lines seriously? That's crazy.
Israel. The irony of this whole situation.
That's insane. Why would you say that? The fuck? You could say maybe the only place in the world where they are the dominant, or were aspiring to be the dominant faction. At that time they weren't. No, I don't know. That's just insane. That's just literally wrong.
To leave their homes, their lives, their property, and migrate to the only place in the world
wrong
that would accept them, which was Israel. The
Not true.
irony of this whole situation is that after the 1948 war, when Israel won the war to declare its independence...
Oh, yeah, also known as the Nakba. Your latest Hasanabi Pro video about this nuke that explains this is pretty accurate. I watched the nuke first, though.
What did... They won the war. They won the war to declare its independence. What does that mean? What does that mean?
The Arab countries got super anti-Semitic.
I saw E say that Israel was an apartheid, deny it was an apartheid, then deny he never ever denied it was an apartheid while watching a clip of him denying the apartheid, which he stopped early all over the course of like a month. He just says whatever suits his argument. Yeah, I wonder what Israel's war of independence looked like. Did you notice he has your stream in the background? Yeah, I don't know why he like, is it like a haha, I'm like crazy, I've been obsessively tracking this man for the past couple of months like as a joke, or is it more so that like, you know, he actually is kind of losing it a little bit and he just thought maybe he could make a joke about it and therefore people would think, oh, he's just doing this as a joke.
What are you? Oh my God, I can't handle it. Is he really trying to make it seem like that's irrational? After those dumb Arabs lost the war, they got super butthurt about it and started expelling their Jews. It's like there's cause and effect, bro. Again, won the war. Yeah, okay, after the Israelis killed a massive amount of Palestinians, other predominantly Muslim countries, the people got pissed off and they became unstable, or other Jews across the world. Ethan's literally giving the arguments that makes the inception and the way that the Israeli elite have been navigating. Basically, it confirms that the way that the Israeli elite have navigated have caused Jews around the world to be prejudiced against. Anyway.
Against their own Jewish citizenry that had nothing to do with Israel.
True.
I think him having your gameplay up is to say, but Hasan, how can you play games while there's a genocide? Yeah, that's like one of the grossest misrepresentations from that side. Like the Diddy Gears and Ethan and all these other slop tubers, is the notion that I said like, oh, I can't have these conversations. There's an ongoing genocide. I know they'll like clip it. I guess they probably like clipped it in a way where it makes it seem like I'm saying like, oh, I'm too busy. No, the point I was making is that I think it's pathetic and incredibly selfish to make an ongoing genocide about your own personal feelings. Okay? I didn't say that you can't go out and have fun or anything like that, or that your every single moment of your day is supposed to be tasked with covering what's going on in Gaza. Make no mistake, Ethan has rarely covered what's going on in Gaza from the perspective that actually demonstrates empathy to the Palestinians, and has spent the overwhelming majority of his past 16 months of talking about Israel either, one, shitting on pro-Palestinian people, two, shitting on pro-Palestinian activists, three, minimizing the pro-Palestinian movement, four, directly claiming that the pro-Palestinian movement is anti-Semitic, and saying all of the people who are pro-Palestinian are anti-Semitic as well, and last but not least, using this ongoing atrocity, ongoing atrocity to talk about his own personal feelings and how he has been slighted by the entire world. Not a single moment has taken place where Ethan Klein has taken a deep breath, and gone, maybe the reason why my otherwise very progressive fan base is yelling at me is not because of Hasan grooming them, into radical politics of anti-Semitism, and instead, it's because of the things that I'm saying and the way that people are receiving the things that I'm saying.
To imply that that's of no fault to Israel is insane. Because again, the Israeli inception, they were co-opting the Jewish identity in order to justify colonizing this region. So you should be pointing your eyes at the Israeli regime. But anyway, I'm not saying those other governments don't deserve criticism, but it's like there's a cause and effect. It's insane. It actually, like when I heard that, my spine vibrated, bro. And I know that this is going to be so intense because we have over an hour left, bro. Over an hour left, man. Holy can't handle this, honest to God. It's the reason it pisses me off, bro. The reason it sincerely pisses me off is because we are so carelessly stomping into very nuanced global conflicts throughout the last 100, 200 years.
Imagine my flabbergast when I found out that the anti-black allegations against Hasanabi that literally kept me away from his content for so long were actually being leveraged by bitter Kamala Harris voters who were upset that man would not bend the knee to a genocidal girl boss. Now imagine how my flabbergast intensified when I created a positive narrative around the aforementioned.
Yeah. This, for the record, is like a very commonplace opinion This is why I always say, look, man, find out on your own. I'm live every single day. Okay? I'm live every single day. You can find out on your own whether I am this bad, evil person, this dangerous person, okay, that others are claiming. Don't get duped by the clips. Just watch on your own. That's why I saw this tweet that was going viral already before I even retweeted it. I spent like 5 years thinking Hasan was some horrible human and decided to watch a stream one day, and he dropped like 2 mil to a minority group and then covered 3 ongoing problematic issues. I just think people hate him because he calls people idiots when he beefs with them. I promise you, it is not that hard to figure out what I'm about. I am perhaps a little too open about my political perspective. I think it is indecent to hide your biases. Okay? I am the first person to tell you what my biases are. I believe that everyone has a political bias, and I think it's important to openly mention what your political biases are. That's why I say what I believe. I don't try to lie to you and make it seem like this is a neutral perspective. Many people do this instead. They say, oh, I'm coming at this from a position of neutrality. Okay? What about you saying you water down your stances to get people in the door? Great question. It's called being a normal person. If I were to go into dialectical materialism with every random person, people would look at me like I'm the most autistic man on the planet. You might consider, by the way, where did you get that information from? Oh, that's right. I f***ing revealed it. Further evidence that I am, once again, honest to a fault. That's it. It's not a secret. It's not a secret. 90% of the time, my haters will literally act like they have uncovered this secret truth when it's something that I have voluntarily revealed. Okay? And then they just lie about it too. They just add like lies to it. Why are you hiding the thing you said yourself? Is half of the time, that's what people are basically stating is like, well, I saw a clip of you openly admitting that you do this thing. Why are you hiding this? And it's like, no, it's not only something that I openly mention all the time. It's something that I tell chatters as well. It's something that I tell chatters to do as well. Be normal. Okay? Be normal. Be normal. Be normal. Be normal.